Hello and welcome to the eFresh.com Dairy News. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. Milk prices cut blow. Milk production down 9.6%. Price dip tipped as U.S. subsidizes dairy. CDC says cows can be fatal. GM crops to cut cost and methane. First Milk has cut the milk price for farmers who switched over from the collapsed dairy farmers of Britain. The cooperative blamed the 3.4p per litre reduction on challenging market conditions in the 8 weeks since DFB went into receivership and closed its dairies, including its outlet in Blaydon and Gateshead. It means that 400 former DFB producers on supply contracts will now receive a standard litre milk price of 18.65p per litre, down from the 22p per litre they were previously being paid. The NFU said the decision was a major blow, which meant the affected farmers would now receive a price well below the cost of production. Production of milk in Armenia fell 9.6% in the first half of the year as compared to the same time span of 2008. According to official National Statistical Service figures, the dairies produced 148.9 million litres of milk during the reported period, down from 164.8 million litres in mid-2008. In June 2009, production of milk totaled 48.2 million litres. But production of cheese in the first half of 2009 grew 0.5% from a year before to 8,200 tons. Armenian dairy companies produced in the first half also 36.5% more curds and 7.7% more sour cream. Production of yogurt in January to June rose 2.6 times to 115.5 tons, but production of ice cream fell 0.9% to 1,767 tons. New Zealand economists expect a small drop in international dairy prices after the United States Agriculture Department said it would pay American farmers 15% more for skim milk powder and some types of cheese from now until October. The subsidy is worth an estimated $243 million to dairy farmers. Westpac economist Doug Steele said it was likely to cause some downward price pressure at the margins, but probably not large and difficult to detect. Some of the U.S. and European intervention in the market was going in the other direction and providing a floor for prices, although it was likely to delay price and recovery in the longer term. He added that the thing to watch for is whether this is the beginning of a subsidy war. Farmers beware. A government report says cattle cause 20 deaths a year on average on U.S. farms. Most involve working with cattle in enclosed areas or moving and herding the animals. Older farmers are most at risk. The report comes from the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and is based on data from 2003 to 2008. The CDC focused on cattle-related deaths in 4 states: Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Nebraska. But cattle pose a danger in Illinois, too. According to the Illinois Farm Bureau, Illinois has nearly 20,000 beef cattle farms and more than 1,200 dairy farms. The CDC says farmers should improve livestock handling facilities to prevent close contact and take precautions when working with cattle, especially cattle that have been aggressive in the past. Ag research has genetically modified forage crops which scientists say can reduce methane emissions from livestock. Scientists have estimated the economy could benefit by $300 million from 3 traits they have isolated in laboratory tests of forage crops by genetic modification. Dr. Chris Jones, the section manager of forage biotechnology with Grasslands Technology, said that GM technology was the only way to develop these traits, which reduced methane emissions, improved the nitrogen cycle, and therefore led to more efficient and superior performing livestock. The traits could only be created using GM technology, and the assumptions discovered in the laboratory were significant, he said, but they had to be. As he said, if you don't deliver a step change, there is no point in doing it because of the cost of the science and the regulatory environment. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com Dairy News. See you next time.